Hi boys and girls, today we're going to be creating a beautiful winter landscape. For this project, you will need a piece of paper held vertically up and down, a black crayon. You will also need some other coloring supplies, some more crayons, and maybe some markers. If you have markers, you're also going to need a plastic sandwich baggie, or any plastic bag will work, a cup of clean water, and a paintbrush if you have it. You will also need a paper towel, and if you don't have a paintbrush at home, you can use some cotton balls. If you don't have markers, you will not need the paintbrush, water cup, plastic baggie, paper towel, or cotton ball, and you can simply just use crayons for that step when the time comes. I'm going to start by drawing two curved lines for hills. I'm going to start at the left side of my paper and curve a line down towards the right bottom corner. And then I'm going to start my next curved line in the center of the first curved line over to the right middle of my paper. Drawing the hills like this, I've created a sense of space. This front hill looks like it's closer than the one that's behind it. Next, I'm going to create some bare winter trees. To do this, I'm going to draw a vertical line up from my hill. Then, starting at the top of that line, I'm going to make some slightly curved lines that get larger and larger as I get towards the bottom of the tree. And these lines are going across horizontally to show the bare branches with no leaves on them. I'm going to repeat that step one more time right next to the first tree. It's okay if these two trees overlap a little bit. Starting my second line a little higher up on the hill, and I'm going to make this tree a little shorter. This is going to make this tree look a little further away than my first tree. Now I'm going to draw more trees on my second hill. Because this hill is further away, my trees are going to be even smaller. So my line is not going to be as tall. And then when I draw my trees, I'm not going to make as many lines going across horizontally. You can also vary the height and the placement of these trees to show some distance and space on that further hill. Once I'm done drawing my trees, I'm going to draw a crescent moon in the sky. And I'm going to draw it at the top right corner. So I'm going to make a very large letter C. And then I'm going to start at the first point of that C and draw a smaller C connecting to the second point where I ended my C. And that creates a crescent moon. I'm going to create some fun details of footprints in the snow. I'm going to start on my first hill with larger footprints. And then as I draw my footprints going further and further away, they get smaller and smaller. This is going to also create another sense of space and distance in my artwork. The next step is to add some little dots of snowflakes with white crayon on your paper, and then to take your markers and create watercolor paint using those markers to paint in the sky. Now, if you don't have markers, all you're going to do is you're going to color your sky using various colors, whatever you choose, to create a colorful background sky. Since I have markers, I'm going to create my snowflakes with the white crayon and then use my markers to create some watercolor paints. So I'm just going to take my white crayon, and in my background area of my sky, I'm going to make little dots for snowflakes. You just want to make sure when you're doing this, you press pretty hard with your crayon, but not too hard where you're going to break your crayon. And I'm just going to make various little dots of white crayon all over my background sky. After you make all your snowflakes, you can take your white crayon and color in your moon. We want to color in our moon this way when we paint the watercolor sky in the background, paint won't cover up the moon. When you're coloring in the moon, white crayon might mix with the black crayon and the moon might turn gray. Once again, if you don't have markers or a paintbrush, you can simply color in the background sky using various colors of whatever supplies you have at home. If you have markers, a plastic baggie, a paintbrush, water cup with clean water, and a paper towel, you're going to start by taking your markers and coloring little patches of color on your plastic baggie. When you have all your colors colored on your plastic baggie, you can then take your clean paintbrush, and if you don't have a paintbrush, you could use a cotton ball, but you would take your paintbrush or cotton ball and you would dip it in the water, take off any excess water on the edge of your cup, and then you're going to swirl in the color that you're going to use, and watch how it picks up that color, and then you can paint that color on the background area of the sky in your artwork. Notice how my snowflakes start appearing because wax does not mix with water. When you're ready for a different color, just rinse off your paintbrush, maybe tap it once on the paper towel to get off excess water, and then swirl in your next color. And you can overlap these on your paper just a little bit so they blend in nicely. You're going to continue to do this and fill up your entire background sky, revealing those beautiful little snowflakes. If you don't have a paintbrush, once again, you could do the same technique using a cotton ball. If there are any areas on your paper where the water has pooled up, you could take a little piece of your paper towel, roll it up, and simply tap on those areas to get the excess water off. When you're all finished, don't forget to sign your name on your artwork. I hope you enjoyed creating this beautiful winter landscape today. Don't forget to have fun, be creative, and don't worry if you make a mistake. See you next time.